Hi, 567. I'm on page 349. So go to page 349. We're going to do like 3 problems. You need this graph paper. It's up on the little desk up front. And also if you have 2 highlighters, that would be really helpful. If you have a pencil, you need to shade lightly. Okay? So I'm on page 349. I'm going to start with number 1. Okay? I'm just going to write the problems because I don't have the book out. Ding dong bell. Y is less than 6 and y is greater than x plus 3. Those are my 2 inequalities that I have. I'm going to make it. Okay, these are the 2 inequalities that I have for number 1. Remember that we have y equals mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so this follows those rules. So for this one, y is less than 6. I don't see an mx, so I don't have a slope, but this is going to be my b. So my y-intercept is at 6, and I'm going to put a point right there at 6. The next thing I have to think about is I don't have a slope, so I know this is going to be all the way across the line, but I need to look at the symbol. It doesn't have the is equal to under it, so this is going to mean this is a dashed line. So I'm going to turn this into a dashed line all the way across. The next thing I have to look at is where do I shade? So y is less than, this is y. Y gets less than this line when I go down. So I'm going to shade everything in this area underneath the line because that is where y is getting smaller. I think about it that way because sometimes the lines look weird and you're not really sure which direction is down and which direction is up and which direction is getting bigger or smaller. So if you start from your y-intercept and think y is getting smaller when I go this way and draw a line, that's where you're going to shade. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine is not perfect, and I'm moving along. Second inequality. My y-intercept is 3, so I'm going to put a point on 3. My slope is the number before the x. I don't have a number before the x, so it's in the invisible 1. So that means I'm going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. I don't need to go all the way, but I can look here. This is going to be a dashed line. So dash, 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 dash. Dashed line. Second color, if you have a pencil, then you're shading lightly again. This says y is greater than, so I start from my y-intercept. Y gets bigger when I go up, so everything up from this line is what I'm going to shade. So you see as I'm shading up here where it's not shaded, it stays my blue color. But as I get into where it's double shaded, it changes color and it turns green. So the solution, well, before I get to that, if you're using a pencil, this area of mine that is green should be the darkest part of your graph. These 2 should be lighter than this dark part of your graph. Okay? The solution to this inequality is right in here where this is green. Remember, with the dashed lines, that means it's open. That means that is not part of the solution. It's everything up to that. So if I were to pull 0, 3, this point right here, it's on my line, and it's a dashed line. So 0, 3, I could not plug it into this inequality and have a solution. It would be wrong. But if I go 0, 4, and I'm in the green area, and I plug those into this inequality, it would be correct. So any point in this green would be a solution. Okay? Next up, I'm going to go on to, remember this is page 349, I'm going to try number 4. So number 4, I'm going to write the 2 inequalities so we can see them. Y is greater than x plus 10, greater than or equal to, and y is less than or equal to x plus 3. Okay? So I'm working on a new graph now. I erased my little hints because you should be good at this by now. My y-intercept is my 10, so I'm going to put a point on 10. My slope is in front of the x. There's nothing there, so there's that invisible 1. I can't go up 1, right 1 because I'm at the end of my graph, so I have to work backwards. So instead of up, right, I'm going to go down, left. Down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. I'm looking at this. I see the is equal to sign, so that means I'm going to have a solid line this time. So I'm going to have a solid line. Time to shade. Y is greater than or equal to, so greater than, from Y I'm going to go up, which means it's everything in this corner is going to get shaded. Shade, shade, shade. There we go. Now I have to do my second line. My y-intercept is 3, so I'm going to go put a point on 3. My slope is 1, so up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. My line is going to be solid, so I'm going to draw a solid line. And then it's time to shade again. This says y is less than, so if I start here, y gets less, it gets smaller when I go down, so this is the area that I'm going to shade. So I'm going to shade everything here. Doesn't have to be perfect. There's allowed to be some holes. We're just drawing on paper. Okay, this one, special rule, remember the solution is only where it's double shaded. Was this one double shaded? No, it was not. So that means there is no solution, and we write no solution. Okay? I'm going to fold my paper now so that you can see the other graphs. And we're going to move on to number 6. Number 6, I have to do a little bit more work. The first one is easy. Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 5. I don't have to do anything to it. It's fine. I'm going to leave it there. It's set up right. But I have this one, 3x minus y is greater than negative 4. That is not set up ready to graph. So I need to get y by itself in order to have it y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to start by subtract 3x, negative y is greater than negative 3x minus 4. I can't have a negative y, so I'm going to multiply by negative 1. That flips all my negatives to positives. So I have a positive y, a positive 3x, and a positive 4. However, do not forget that when you multiply or divide by a negative, your inequality sign flips. Do not forget that rule. So this is the line I'm going to be graphing, and this is the line I'm going to be graphing. Here I go. I might have to slide up and down a little bit. I'm going to try not to erase this. So let's graph the first line. The y-intercept is negative 5, so I'm going to put a point on negative 5. The slope is 3. That means I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. Up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. This is going to be a solid line. Okay, time to shade. Y is greater than the line. So if I start from my y-intercept, greater than has me going up. So I'm going to shade this whole area. Cool. Now I can come to my second line. I did erase a little bit, sorry. My second line, my y-intercept is 4, so I'm going to start at 4. My slope is 3 again, so I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3 over 1. This is a dashed line this time, so I'm going to go dash, 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 dash. I messed it up a little bit. It's okay for these purposes. New color. This says y is less than. So if I start at my y-intercept, less than means I go down. So everything underneath my dashed line is what I'm highlighting. So everything underneath. And you're seeing how it's changing colors here. Okay, so you see this area has turned green. That is my double shaded area, and this area is the solution. Now, Let me show you something. This is a teacher book, so it might look a little different than yours. I'm still on page 349. If you look at 14, 15, and 16, okay, I'm not worried about working them out or anything right now, but I want you to look. There's only one section that is shaded. So for 14, it's like what we just did for number 6. This is number 6. You see how it's shaded just in the middle? My green is just in the middle. On the computer, sometimes it will give you the inequalities, and it will only want you to shade the double shaded area, just like it did here. So on the computer, you have 5 questions where they give you the inequality and they give you graphs. And you have to choose the graph that matches the inequalities. It's going to be yellow, blue, turns green when it's double shaded. And then there's going to be 5 where they give you a graph and inequalities, and you have to graph it yourself. But they only want you to shade the double shaded area. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're confused about this, ask Miss Sunny because she knows and she will help you. She's been working on this all day with everybody. So here it is. If you need to use graph paper, you can, but you're doing it all on the computer. Sometimes it helps to draw your lines like, oh, this line I'm going to shade above. Oh, this line I'm going to shade below. And that's how you can find the double shaded area, because this is the only thing that you're going to shade on the computer for the parts where you have to graph it yourself. Okay? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget that you have a quiz and a notebook check tomorrow. Okay, see you, bye.